Hi guys, it's Elle, and today we are going to be trying Korean Gyaru makeup. Shibuya 109 has posted on their Instagram talking about the boom in Korean gyarus. I think this is specifically due to the owner of Baby Metal Club being Korean, and I think with all the pop-up shops that she has, I feel like it's catching on a lot more, or at least we're seeing a whole lot more popular gyarus from Korea. A lot of people have pointed out that this specific style of Gyaru makeup seems to be combining Ulzzang makeup and Gyaru together a little bit, and it's slightly different than the usual Gyaru makeup, at least that I'm used to seeing. This is kind of the same situation with Chinese Gyarus, how they do their makeup in a very specific way that you can tell it's Gyaru, but clearly there are some changes and differences in the makeup that kind of makes it stand out. When I was looking at pictures of some popular Korean gyarus, I was noticing that a lot of them don't do a whole lot of fancy hair. I haven't seen a whole lot of people do sujimori hair with a bunch of accessories or teased up. Not even a whole lot of different colored hair. A lot of the pictures I was looking at, it's like brown, black, and blonde. That's pretty much it. So I tried to find a normal wig that's not either super curly or anything like that to go with today's look. I've done makeup kind of inspired by Korean gyarus before, but this is a bit different because I feel like Shibuya 109 recognizing a kind of new style of gyaru really solidifies them as gyaru, if that makes sense. A lot of people were debating if Chinese gyarus were really gyaru because it's slightly different, and I feel like Shibuya 109 posting more gaijin gyaru on their account really shows that it's not just Japanese gyarus that are making contributions to the gyaru subculture. When I did my makeup one of these last few times when I was going out, I mixed my primer with my foundation, or my BB cream rather, and I liked that a whole lot more. I can't tell why, but I just feel like it blended a lot well with this. I don't think I would do this for matte looks. The thing that I have noticed with Korean gyarus is that I haven't seen a whole lot of them do a super dark tan either, nor have I seen harsh contouring. If you see my lace, no you don't. If you don't know what Ulzzang makeup is, how I got introduced to Ulzzang makeup was when I first discovered K-pop, and the style of makeup that a lot of second-gen idols were wearing was Ulzzang makeup. It's just another style to make your eyes bigger. It's usually heavy eyeliner maybe. I remember the gradient lips being a big thing. But I think nowadays Ulzzang has also changed. I think the eyebrows are relatively the same that they usually are for gyaru. So I'm going to make my brows kind of blondish. So we're going to use this middle shade here. From what I've seen, they're not paper thin like I usually do my brows. They're still a normal thickness. Because my eyebrows are really dark, I'm then going to take this eyebrow tint. I've not been liking my concealer at the moment, so I'm going to be using my Clio cushion. This is the shade Linen. I'm not going to go in with contour. It's not as deep as my contour usually is when I do gyaru makeup, or at least for mamba looks. I don't know the shade number for this, so I do apologize. We're then going to do our nose contour just straight down the sides. I haven't noticed anything particularly different with the way that they do blush, so I'm just going to go on with my Lily by Red Love Beam Cheek Balm. I am then going to powder like normal. Rather than my usual deep contour, I'm going to take this taupe bronzer, as it's still a good bronzer, but it's not super dark. I forgot to put in contacts! Oh my gosh. Put in contacts if you have contacts. I'm not. It's too late. I've already powdered. I'm then just going to take this Cold Tone Pink blush and apply it where I put that cream blush. I feel like Gyaru is slowly but surely making its way into mainstream, specifically because, like I said, with Baby Metal Club being a Gyaru fashion brand from Korea, there's a lot of pop-up shops, a lot of people who aren't Gyaru are also shopping there, and I've noticed a couple of K-pop idols also wearing stuff from Baby Metal Club. And there has been a few K-pop idols that I felt like they kind of give the Gyaru vibe. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more K-pop idols trying Gyaru, especially with certain Gyaru like sounds trending in Korea. Most of the time when I do Gyaru makeup, I use my white eyeshadow stick faithfully. I use a lot of white eyeshadow, but I noticed with these Korean Gyarus that I have not really seen a whole lot of white eyeshadow, and the way that they do the eye shape is also different. What is very popular amongst the Gyaru community when it comes to the eye makeup is usually the eye corner will go down a little bit, go back up, ow. The inner eye corner will go down a bit, go back up, and then the droop will start about halfway. For Chinese Gyarus, the droop starts at the corner, and for some people's eye shapes, that just tends to look better. And I've noticed with the Korean Gyarus, it seems like the droop isn't necessarily super downturned, and actually is just extended, if that makes sense. There's not a whole lot of intricate eye makeup really going on, and I'm honestly very lazy. So we're going to try and keep everything in this one itty bitty palette. I'm going to try and leave this area of my eye blank and just do everything primarily on my lid and slightly further out. I'm first going to take this shade. I think it may be my skin tone or maybe slightly lighter, and put that all over my lid. So for me, most of these looks, the eye makeup outside of the actual like liner and glitter, the eyeshadow isn't a whole lot. I'm then going to take this shade and line my eye with this and extend it further out slightly. And then I'm just going to take the darkest shade and put that in my outer corner and kind of create a soft smoky eye. I'm not going to use any black, at least not yet, since I feel like a trend so far is not super heavy makeup, despite it being Gyaru. It feels kind of light to me. Now I'm going to bring out my white eyeshadow, but I'm going to try and be very delicate with this because this white eyeshadow is very bright. And I'm still going to try and do like kind of like that cut crease little moment that I usually do, as well as bring it all over my aegyo, but not as much. I'm actually going to go ahead and get started with the eyeliner. It seems like a lot of them still do a slightly like winged Gyaru moment, so after going downwards, I'm going to bring it back up and start drawing my bottom liner. But instead of really curving it downwards, I'm just going to go naturally outwards. I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'm back with the eyeliner done. I use gel liner to fill in this front bit. I don't think they're matching. I think this side is much better. Of course, I'm going to do my aegyo style like that. So we're going to use the same taupe bronzer. I am now going to add glitter, as I feel like that's like what sets this apart is the amount of glitter that is on the aegyo style. I'm going to use a glittery eyeshadow stick and then use some glitter on top of it. And just put that basically all over the aegyo style. And I'm going to bring it slightly up. I'm just going to take this random white sauce silver highlighter that I have and put this exactly where I just put the previous glitter. I'm also going to put this glitter all over my nose, as I see that's more of a trend. Next, for the lips, I've seen more people do pale lips, whether it's a pale pink or just a straight up nude color for the lips. So I think we're going to keep it in that same ballpark. I've noticed that not a lot of these Gyarus are using lip liner either. It's literally just the color and that's it. So I'm actually going to keep my lips plain and just use this Rome and lip gloss. And yeah, just put that on over my regular lips. I probably could have gone with a paler lip color, but I think this still eats. I am going to apply top and bottom lashes because the girlies are wearing their bottom lashes. So I'm going to put those on and then be right back for the finished look. This is the final look. I did not feel like this look was deserving of a crazy transition. So here's the makeup. I don't think it suits me. I don't think I did my aegyo style big enough, But other than that, it's alright. It probably would have looked better had I actually had some contacts in. But this is the look. How do you guys feel about Korean Gyaru? Do you feel like this is going to change Gyaru drastically, or do you just feel like it's something that's probably already been very much a thing and we're just now seeing a lot more of it due to the rising Gyaru? I don't know. I feel like this look is probably just going to be very common amongst newer gyarus. I feel like a lot of newer gyarus want to go for styles that, like, it's not get too far out of their comfort zone, and it's still something that, like, you could wear this look out and nobody would see it as too flashy. But there are some people that feel like gyaru should be very flashy and should be very dramatic, and I don't think this is that flashy or dramatic. I think for gyaru this is pretty toned down, but I don't hate it despite that. I think it still looks pretty cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turn on notifications so you never have to miss another video. Bye!